my God. What? I don't know where this day is going, which is great. What will this day be like? I wonder. What's it from? What will my future be? I wonder. It could be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be widely embraced, whatever. Oh, what's the matter with me? Okay, Sound of Music. Come on, guys. The reason I'm singing that song is because I feel like that's like the gist of my talk today. It's called The Mystery, the Miracle, the Magic. So we wake up every morning, and I don't know about you, but I don't know how my day is going to go. I don't know what's going to happen in my day. I've been surprised on many occasions of the things that have happened. Who here hasn't been? I mean, would we want a day where we just like kind of go from thing to thing to thing and it's always the same? That's what I love about my job, because I never know, this calling as a minister, because I never know what's going to happen in every moment. And it makes my life very rich and very exciting. So we never know what's going to happen. And that, to me, is the mystery of life. Like, in quantum physics, we say the principle of uncertainty. The universe is uncertain. We don't know. And I think we're at a time in our evolution and a time on our planet and with everything that's going on in the world, and we can't deny that there are things going on. Some things we don't like very much, and some things we wonder about, and some things we're happy about. But there's a mystery surrounding it all, like what will happen? What will unfold? Where will we be? What will we do? All of those things. And that could be scary, but it also can be very empowering if you know who you are. So I had a teacher who taught me, who had been through many traumatic events in his life, loss and illness and all of those things. And one of his things that he always said was, you have to know how you're going to show up before whatever happens. Because to tell you the truth, my friends, we cannot control the outside world. We cannot control what other people do, any of that. That's not in our jurisdiction, because everyone is a free agent and everyone is at choice. But the one thing we can control is ourselves and how we're going to show up, no matter what. So I believe for myself, my task right now is to know how I'm going to show up, to know ahead of time how I'm going to show up. And you might say, well, that's not possible. You don't know. You could be confronted by some, horrible diagnosis or whatever. But you can know how you're going to show up. Because if you know who you are, if you know that what we've been talking about here, that divine presence, that energy, that creative intelligence, that love, that force, that source energy that's never been touched by anything is moving through you at every moment, and you can tap into that anytime you want, then you will know how you're going to react, because you're going to react from that place. Because it's not like what happens to us, it's how we respond to it that matters. And I believe that right now, that's like really, really, really important for each and every one of us, because the world is in a fragile state right now, and there's lots happening and lots of things falling apart, coming back together, and we have to remember who we are and how we're going to travel. If you go on a trip, for instance, you don't hopefully get off the plane and go, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever happens, what'll be what it'll be, blah, blah, blah. That would be a very dangerous way to go on a trip. No, whatever happens on this trip is for my highest good, because everything that does happen, whether we like it or not, is there for us to learn something and to grow through. It's there for us. If it wasn't there, I believe in a universe that's good. I believe in a universe that's love. I believe in a universe that has my back. That everything in my life is always unfolding perfectly. And if I get lost and I lose my way, then I'm knowing that someone's going to show up to help me get back to where I need to be, because that's the way the universe works. So when I get up in the morning and I do my spiritual mind treatment, which I do right before my feet hit the ground, and I set my day and I say, okay, this is what I'm coming into this day with, and I know those things about myself, then I have to look for that. Instead of looking for my demise, I have to look for those things that I've claimed that are happening. It could be somebody on the Kaua'i path that says something to me that uplifts me. It could be somebody calls me, or a book falls off a shelf, or whatever. It could be anything, but the universe is speaking to us all the time. It's speaking to us all the time. And we are equipped in every single moment, because of who and what we are, to be and live through everything. And I'm reminded, like, I don't know, I thought of this today, of Luke Skywalker for some reason. Everybody's seen the first Star Wars movie, right? I mean, I don't think there's anybody that hasn't seen it, right? And remember, he loses his whole family at the beginning, and everything is blown apart, and he's just standing there in the middle of the wilderness, and he accepts the call to do what's his to do. He doesn't even know what it is. He just knows. He doesn't even know if he has the tools to do it. He doesn't know as much as the people in this room know. He just knows he has to do it. But if you notice it, like in movies and films and stories, especially heroes' journeys like that one, really lay out the path that we all live. And the idea that when we show up for the call, that we are aided, that there are people and helpers and people that show up to assist us as we go through whatever it is that we have to go through. So I'm just knowing that about this time, that we have that. And I can't think of a better example, and I mentioned him last week, is Viktor Frankl, right? Everything was taken away from him, everything. And still, he was able to say, between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in every set of circumstances. That's all we've got. That's what we have, is our power to choose. We don't have control of anything or anyone else's life or anything, but we have our power to choose. And I'm remembering, like, when we were going through COVID, that was a really hard time for us as ministers, as having a center, and to go from 100 people on a Sunday to all of a sudden be, no, you're going to close your doors. And can you imagine all the businesses here that went through that and stuff? And some of them survived and some of them didn't. But what I remember about it is that we had so much faith in what we were doing and so much faith in the power of the universe that we were going to get through it one way or another. And we did. We're still here. Maybe you don't have 100 people this Sunday, but we're still here doing what we do because we knew who we were in the moment. And so my last invitation to you this morning before I close this up is if you're going to do anything with your life, I know we all want things and we want to have experiences and we desire worldly conditions and all that. And that stuff's really great. We want those things. We want to have travel and good things like toys and things like that. But the one thing is that we remember who we are and we take the time to do that every single solitary day and to get the help if we need it and to read rich material and to listen to people that are inspiring and to remember who we are. So I bless you on your journey, and I just take this moment to know the truth for each and every one of you that we live in a loving universe, a universe that has our back at all times, and it flows through us at all times in every single solitary moment, bringing us to wholeness no matter what, and that there is always help, there is always assistance, there is always the remembrance of who and what we are in every single moment. The birds speak to us, the oceans speak to us, other people speak to us, and just it resonates, that beautiful, beautiful energy of source energy that loves through us and loves through each other in every single moment. I bless us and I let it be so, and so it is. Thank you.